All right. We are here, brought to you by fishing scientist and environmental expert, Squirly.
Yes, fucking, mate, very good. I like the balanced way of looking at these things. But yeah, really good episode. If you're interested in the Demersal ban across WA at the moment, yeah, very good episode. But before we talk about what we spoke about, the episode is brought to you by alltradescover.com.au. Probably if you got fish, if fishing is your trade.
Not anymore.
So, I wonder if you can get that insured. Probably. Hit them up, alltradescover.com.au. They'll know all the areas you can be covered. They're good people, and they've been getting a lot of work out of us, so that's good for us.
Tell them we sent you.
Tell them we sent you. And
if you are in the market, if you've immigrated and you're needing a house, or if you're a local trying to compete with immigration,
yes,
we've got an awesome mortgage expert.
Yes.
Or finance expert on board, Crafted Finance.
More and more people are hitting him up. Another person hit him up the other day.
Beautiful.
He messaged me. So, hit him up, Crafted Finance. If you're looking for a mortgage, business loan, car loan, anything sort of loan related, he's going to give you all the best options. And the best thing is, it is in his interest to find you the best interest.
Yeah. And if you're the kind of person that's maybe it's your first home and it's really overwhelming, Luke makes it extremely easy to understand.
Yeah.
Even for me, I'd already had my mortgage, but looking at what I can lend very much breaks down the difficulties and the jargon and makes it really easy to understand. So
did you realise how little you knew?
Yeah.
It took me years to work out how much extra shit I was paying for.
Yeah, it's called a relationship.
Yeah,
that's the wild thing. Hey, like you think it's going to be this much, but then you got to pay stamp duty. You just got to pay the government for the privilege of saving enough money to buy a house.
Yeah.
He's
very good at pointing out the things that you can save money on. So get around them. Crafted Finance.
That's the reason I didn't buy it for years. It was too overwhelming.
Yeah.
But Crafted Finance in the show notes.
Yes, all of our sponsors, if you want to hit them up.
All two of them.
Yeah, all of them. They're in our show notes, and there's a link in our bio that goes to a thing.
And we've got room for one more sponsor, so if anyone wants to jump on board, that aligns with us.
Yes.
Hit up Branchy.
But today we were joined by host of Chumming Up Podcast, Squirly, and comedian ready for Fringe. But mate, what do we speak about today?
We talked about the Jewfish ban, commercial impacts, the recreational impacts, the overall state of WA, maybe Australia. We talked about getting some more tradies for your trade cover.
We did.
Yep.
Financial interests. I think we just dove deep.
Yeah.
I probably said a lot of stuff that's not true, but
I think you did fucking banger episode, mate. So
let's deep dive and spear them.
Oh yeah. Oh, and the sharks for a bit of juice at the end.
Yeah, a little bit of sharks.
Yeah, the sharkies. All right, sorry. What was that, Delby?
I said let's deep dive and spear those topics. Let's get deep.
Let's get hard.
Let's get hard.
Let's get hard and deep.
Welcome to Hard Yarns Podcast.
I am fucking fat.
Anything Chris White says, please disregard it.
5D is actually a state of being. It's a unity consciousness.
That was Hard Yarns with me, Frankie Rose. So I'm going to throw it over to your co-host,
Daniel Delby.
And Cameron Brand.
I would do this and then I'd gong.
Free in attendance for the millions listening at home. Let's get hard.
My hammy when I did it on the cruise ship, eh?
Was it black?
Yeah.
How'd you do it?
Pickleball.
See, these are the things we can't do as we're getting older, man.
When was this?
So for my mum's birthday, we went on a family cruise.
Yeah.
And second night, me and my sister went out there, and some Yanks were like, "Oh, can we play ya?" And we're like, "Oh yeah." I don't know the rules to fucking pickleball though, and it's got like a weird scoring thing.
Yeah.
So they were like correcting on how we score the points and shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Fuck these cunts!" Because they're old.
Yeah, and they're American.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm going to give these cunts a toweling on a scoreboard that I don't know how it works.
You're like, it's 40 pair.
Yeah. Well, because you keep your own service score plus the score of the team, even though the score of the team is what matters. So I'm like,
That's weird.
yeah. So they're like 4-0-0-4. Fucking, I'm just like, there's.
Did they just make it up, or is that actually?
Yeah, I'm like, and so we had them 9-0 still on my serve because you have to serve to get the point. And they make a return, and my sister doesn't extend to get the return, and I'm like, I am giving these guys nothing. So I like full commit, get on the right foot, and I reckon the boat slightly came up, and it just went bang,
fuck.
straight away. Like I've never really done a hammy before,
Yeah.
and it was proper gone.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not like, I might have done a hammy. It was like,
Yeah.
that's gone. And then, there was a pickleball tournament the next day.
Oh, no.
And my sister's like, we could have taken these.
It's kind of hard if you are playing on a surface that moves.
Yeah.
The ships are reasonably flat, but fuck.
Yeah, well, most of the times I do them, they're real minor.
Yeah.
Just minor, like enough. I'm going, a couple of weeks where I can't run. But this last one was
Good one?
decent.
Yeah.
It's the most frustrating. When you just get the nick on the side, you're like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, well, that was part of what they found was because when I was playing footy, I had to stop. I thought maybe I'd done like a hammy very small, but when they did the ultrasound for this, they found like the tendinopathy there. So they reckon that might have contributed to why.
Yeah.
The pressure's just gone. It's just given up.
Did you have to get it surgery?
Nah. They thought that was going to be a chance, but it was just like I think over a centimeter is a big tear.
That's what I tell the girls.
You tell the girls over a centimeter is a big tear.
That's right. I'm coming in for a big tear. If it's under a centimeter, it's just going to be a little a non-existent event.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oh, well, from the seas to the seas, we want to chat a bit about stuff we don't know about, which is the fucking fishing ban, which seems like it's pretty dumb. Today's newspaper had an article.
Yeah.
No fishy business with the science. Roger Cook insists he has nothing to hide on data behind ban. We've heard that before from politicians.
Yeah. So why not show us,
He
please?
said he's backed the science behind a sweeping demersal fish ban and has invited skeptics to speak to the experts themselves. No, bro.
Yeah.
You speak to the experts and you present. That's your job.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck? And he's going to have there's 28,000 that have signed the petition so far. Are they all going to be able to speak to him, are they?
I like that as I'm not talking to them, nerds. You fucking talk
You
to
do
them.
it.
I'm going to go open something else.
Yeah.
I'll legislate without speaking to him.
Yeah, because
Well,
he didn't show up to the healthcare thing the other day. I was saying your mate Basil told him about that.
Basil sent me a few messages. He's coming on next week, but he wanted me to actually focus on a few areas. Again,
right.
I'm not aligning with Baz, but
Sounds like yeah.
he raised some good points with the fishing ban. What did he say?
Well, for the listeners that have no idea what we're talking about, do you want to give it a brief rundown,
You give a
Squirrels?
brief rundown, and I'll ask you the questions he wants to chat about as well.
Yeah. So, obviously, I'm from the Chumming Up Podcast, which is the fishing, spearfishing, and ocean adventure podcast that's not like you guys at Hard Yarns, but today we're going to talk about the Jews. So, mate.
The Jew fish.
Yeah, Jew fish.
Jew fish.
But yeah, so just recently the Labor state government put a 2-year ban on demersal fishing in the West Coast bioregion, which I think is from Kalbarri down to Bunbury, possibly. I could get that wrong. But so that is for all recreational fishermen. They won't be able to catch. The idea is that at the moment, their science says that the demersal fish, especially jewfish, are on the brink of collapse. That's what their data have shown. So there's 2 years on that, which is pretty bad. WA Recfish WA has called it a win for recreational fishermen.
Who can't fish for 2 years?
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's a bit like the zoo fight, you know, where I'll call him that a win because he called off the fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Costa Zoo? I thought you meant the zoo fight, like we're keeping animals in captivity in the zoo and we're raising them.
I was talking
like
about
Michael Zarafa.
Yeah, the Zarafa.
That's wild
thing.
as well. Hey, what did it like? That's weird. So
The Zarafa part.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the guy.
yeah,
But
because he was saying I couldn't see, but was he saying that so he didn't have to keep fighting, or he actually couldn't see?
Well, it could be
both.
either, but he's like, you would normally know as a fighter, if you say you can't see, they're going to call off the fight. He would have known that they'd call it a draw because it hadn't gone more than 5 rounds.
Right.
So the problem is it's prize fighting. So just because it's technically a draw, that's not going to help you get another fight.
Yeah.
He needed to perform in that fight
To get more.
more. That was his big ticket. But
Yeah.
you're in a fight in front of a shitload of people and you got to make a decision in 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
it might define the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Part of that,
Anyway, yeah.
part of that ban, the commercial fishing for demersals in the West Coast bioregion has been completely banned forever. So we
Right.
no longer have that.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So, and
then-
demersals, for people that don't know, it's just a kind of fish where they live, right? At the level, the demersal, does that describe
Yeah,
that
so
they've scaled, or does that describe where they live?
scaled demersal fish, fish that are resident to areas. So you got your jewfish, ball chin, pink snapper. So it gets very technical. And there is data out there that comes from the government. So this is the part where it gets interesting, confusing, and it's weird, the government's talking points on this, because they've been in charge of the fishery.
For the last, how long?
Yeah, well, Labor's been in for over
9-10 years, I think.
Yeah. So in 2010, I believe, the science was that the demersal fish in the West Coast bioregion were high risk. They came up with a plan for their recovery for 2030. So part of that was they set the limits of recreational fishermen to catch, and they set the limit for commercial fishermen to catch. Since then, the commercial fishermen every year have caught less than what they were given. And since 2016, the recreational fishermen have caught more than the amount they were given. Now, some people use that to blame recreational fishermen, but you can't blame a massive group that are instructed by the government. So they're in control of how much that is caught.
Yeah.
And year after year, they weren't able to get it in line with their own science. They actually changed the rules 2 years ago to a 6-month ban on dew fishing, but they raised both the bag limit for people and the boat, and they also got rid of the size limit so that...
So that doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, so this was 2 years ago, and then their data this year showed that the biomass is on the risk of completely depleting. Their main problem is there are not enough older, bigger fish, which do the most of the breeding, especially in the jewfish. The snapper numbers seem better, partly because of the success in the Gascoigne.
Yeah.
But
Is that where they put that artificial reef or something?
no, so the artificial reefs tend to just be sort of recreation fishing. The commercial fishermen in the Gascoigne came together with the fisheries nearly a similar time ago to come up with a plan to take less of the pink snapper so that they could come back in better numbers. And that's been so successful, they've been able to get ahead of the problem. But now they're just about to see a massive amount of people that can't fish in this region that are going to go fish somewhere else.
Elsewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is why it's like, don't get me wrong, like being responsible for fishing regulations is way more complicated than people like to think.
Yeah.
The thought is, you know, there's commercial fishermen just out there smashing it and, you know, everyone's a bad guy and stuff like this.
Yeah.
But it's way more nuanced. There's way more things they got to consider. But I think the biggest thing that everyone can agree on is that this government, the state government, have been in charge of the fishery.
Yeah.
So if there's problems with the fishery, you have to admit that you made the mistake.
Yeah.
And if you do that, then people can believe the science
Yeah.
and the things that you're saying. But if you say we did everything right,
And there's still a problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you're the ones who said if they do this, it will. So
Wasn't there? Were they saying that recently that their data showed that fish numbers were increasing, and now they've backflipped on that?
they've shown that they were increasing, but not in the areas that they needed it
Right.
to.
Okay.
Because even the point you made about the jewfish having a 6-month ban, but then letting you bag more without a size limit.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Doesn't
like,
make sense.
That's insane.
Yeah, and so this was the problem, was when they announced that, the plan was to cut the amount that was being caught by 50%. And Recfish WA, who are calling this a win, said that the 6-month ban would actually cut that by even more. Then recreational fishermen in those 6-month period, according to their data, caught more fish because they are in, like, there's a lot of political stuff here where the voting bloc is recreational fishermen. So, you know, the government is saying one thing and then trying to get votes at the same time before elections.
So, well, I think if we break it down bit by bit, because you've
Yep.
given a good idea, let's start with how they gathered the science, because I've heard a lot of issues surrounding that and
How
the
do you-
areas and not giving us the GPS coordinates and
Yeah, no fisherman will give you the GPS coordinates.
yeah,
Where
that's-
did you find these fish
where-
numbers?
yeah.
Like,
So not giving us that for a specific reason. The rumor is I and my brother's a pretty heavy fisherman, is that they've just gone to areas where there were
Is
no
he
fish.
fat or
Yeah,
is
so I was
he
just-
just
I was thinking the exact same thing.
he's a fat boy?
He is. no, Ryan will listen to this. You're all good. I'll call him Fat Branch anyway in the group chat. So
That's called trunk.
yeah, but his name in our family group chat is Fat Branch, so that's all good. But no, Ryan, my brother's a pretty heavy fisherman in that regards, and he's heard lots of rumors that they've done this on purpose. They've found spots that were barren where there are no fish on seabed.
Yeah, so I think Whitey made ripples amongst everyone. He's a charter operator that was down here. He's based in Exmouth now. Great fisherman. But he talked about he was hired by the fisheries researchers to take them out to some of these places. See, the problem is, and this is where transparency would be better, letting people know. But I do understand part of it. Like, some people are saying they're deliberately going to places where there's no fish, but their data is about, like, they put those in the same place every year and then see whether the fish in that area have increased or decreased.
Okay.
So going to find fishing spots where there's heaps of fish, like, doesn't necessarily help that. Like, if
Okay.
they've got spots where there's heaps of fish
Yeah.
and then they come back and there's less fish, that'll help.
But does choosing a spot to begin with to keep those points where they measure the data in areas that where you are very obviously never going to catch fish or find fish, is that an issue to begin with?
Well, I mean, if you're thinking of it scientifically,
You need to control that variable.
yeah. So you're not going to change. So that will not change the data. If they find 0 fish 1 year, find 0 fish the next year.
Yeah, okay.
So that's not showing anything.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying there's not issues with the data because I'm a dumb cunt. So I don't know. I'm just saying that just because they do that doesn't mean that everything else is wrong. Surely, like just from my point of view, you would think that they would want multiple areas where there's lots of fish, there's not lots of fish, stuff like that.
And you would hope that they've done that.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying.
And this is
just
why
because
transparency,
doesn't mean they have done that all the way around. I mean, it is very hard because you talk to fishermen and it is difficult because recreational fishing especially, professional fishing as well, but how much the technology has developed in the last 20 years is one thing. The other thing is just the knowledge and skill of the average recreational fisherman is so much better than what it was.
Yeah.
Because you have access to some great recreational fishermen on YouTube that you can learn their techniques. You never used to be able to do that.
Yeah.
You just went out and learnt.
Yeah, Squirly and caught nothing.
Well, you found out that you weren't good, but obviously sounders, GPSs have improved. But then you even just go to braided line.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't that common 20 years ago. The average fisherman fished with mono, which was harder to fish in depths. I know for a place like Exmouth is the currents made it difficult for people with mono lines to fish deeper and in places where the currents run, which naturally protects the fish a little bit more. You get to fish with braid. So someone being able to catch the same amount of jewfish now as what they could before doesn't necessarily mean there's not less. They've just gotten better. So there's that. It does make it hard.
It's a nuanced conversation. It's not black and white.
No. And you talk to the people you trust, and a lot of them seem to say that there's a lot more pink snapper and they are easier to catch in multiple ways than what they've ever experienced, which is pretty good and pretty crazy. A lot of people are different on Jews, but
Jewfish.
An anti-Semitism fishing pod.
yeah, but there are, like I've spoken to some old school fishers from down here. Like I don't do much Jew fishing, so I'll put that out there. But they have said around Lehman and stuff like that, they just used to drift behind the reef and dong Jewfish without much
effort
or thought. Nowadays, they say it is harder. Like they're still able to catch, but you can't just drive out, do a drift, and you're going to catch 18, 19 kilo. It seems like the 20 kilo fish anywhere near the metro area is very difficult, and you don't see many.
Now, wouldn't the transparency that you were talking about before, wouldn't that just rid all of this conversation back and forth about the actual validity of science?
Well, I think that's the problem when it comes to politics is if you're going to be clear on all of this and all of your data, like I said, you would have to take responsibility for the failure because they're in charge of that and they don't want to do that. And I think the pro fishing especially has been used as a way of not doing that because they did everything they were told to do.
See, this is an issue because we're seeing this not just in fishing, we're seeing it across the board. The government's blaming the citizens.
Yes.
And putting the onus on them. Hate speech laws are a perfect example, blaming speech of the people for escalated tensions. And then they're doing the exact same thing here. Instead of trying to acknowledge their own faults and creating the conditions that resulted in a loss of fish, or acknowledging their part in creating the conditions that resulted in an extremist terrorist attack, they're just saying, no, it's your fault because of hate speech. It's your fault because you didn't follow the fishing guidelines.
Yeah.
Which is wild because I think if they just came out and said, hey, we tried to do this, we thought it was going to work, but it hasn't.
Yes.
That's all they have to do. It hasn't worked. We're going to revise it. Like,
I mean, it wouldn't
as long as they compensated the people that they've affected, because they're making decisions on people's livelihood.
Yes.
And they go, oh, fuck, sorry, we ruined your life. We bankrupt you. Our bad. It would be, you follow what we're doing, we're going to look after you. Simple as that. Like, we're trying to do the best thing, but by them just going, don't do this, don't do that. Oh, well, fuck, that didn't work. We just ruined your life.
Yep.
Now we're going to completely cut out any future earnings for you for the next 2 years.
Yeah,
Well, not just that, they took, so someone paid for their, to buy a license and transfer it in their name a week before these bans came in.
Oh, wow.
So they took the money and they give that money back. That's it. But if you've just bought a boat, planned your life, and then all the compensation they're giving to the pro fishing sector is nowhere near enough.
Yeah.
But they've also, when I was a kid, you could grow up to be a commercial fisherman. In this amount of time, that has pretty much been wiped out in WA. Like, the crayfishing industry has changed.
Yeah.
You would say in a good way as far as management, but as far as someone that wants to get on a boat, be a decky full time, that used to be your way in. And then a lot of those kids who weren't academically gifted became skippers at 19, 20. Then they moved offshore, started making great amount of money that came into the WA economy.
Yeah.
That now, if you want to get a job offshore, same as always, you're competing against rich kids who have got family contacts and can't do uni, but now you don't have that step up. Like it's harder to get that place. And just, I think people look at commercial fishing and only see the big boats, the big trawlers, stuff like that. They don't say the stories of how people can build businesses. And that's the overall view, is that building a business in WA in recent times, you would be terrified of the government.
Yeah, because they do everything they can to fuck you over, hand out, and then support big businesses.
Yeah. Well, what's your
sponsors?
What's your confidence that they're not just going to change a rule after you've done everything right?
Yeah.
And then you're done.
Yeah.
Like, that's scary as shit.
It
Like,
seems to be they're prioritising big business over small business.
well, you look at, so this is why we look all the way up the state. So they've announced recently a big boon for the people who want to conserve environment, that the Exmouth Gulf will be having a marine park put in there. 30% of it will be a fishing sanctuary, right? It's pushed a lot by Twiggy Forrest, who was against the salt farms. He's now got an exploration license for the areas that he was able to kick out the salt farm. Let's not question that. But an area that doesn't cop any commercial fishing except for the prawn trawlers that have been there for yonkers.
The Exmouth Gulf, you're saying?
Yeah. So predominantly the fishing charters that work there in the Gulf are fly fishermen that catch and release. Whether those areas will be in the sanctuaries or not, we're unsure, but 30% of it will be. So that's...
And a fishing sanctuary doesn't mean a place where fishermen go as a little sanctuary to catch fish, right?
Nah.
It means you
No
can't fish
fish.
there.
You can't fish there, and there's been no talk of maybe making it a catch and release, because these fly fishermen are catching permit. They're catching fish.
What does it
And
do to the
releasing it.
the tourism of Exmouth? Because that's a big part of why people go there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a part, but the bit I want to get to is Twiggy's foundation is big on this. He's copped his flowers for helping the environment, and they've also been able to make it Indigenous custodians in charge of that. At the exact same time, he's in court with the Indigenous custodians of the Ashburton River because he wants to build, I believe it's more than a dozen weirs in the Ashburton River to capture fresh water for his farm possibly is mining, right? He's in court right now with those people claiming that it is not important to them.
Right.
Now, if you know anything about catchments, that's where all the nutrients are coming into the Gulf. That is why there are prawns, small fish.
Yeah.
We have no idea how much of an impact that will have on the Gulf. But if I was to guess, it will be a lot more than these fucking sanctuaries. And the environmentalists are quiet on this because they're not getting told what to do by the money man who does this every time. He says, hey guys, environmental issue. I'm fracking in NT.
Yeah.
Like, wake up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it's kind of fucked though, hey? Because basically, if you got money, you can do what you want. That's like,
Well,
if he looks after feeds someone on the left hand and then just does what he wants with it on the right.
everyone talks about oligarchies everywhere.
Yeah.
And they don't seem to notice that everything seems to be going that way here. Is you either work for the government or you work for massive corporations.
Yeah.
That one, it doesn't seem fair.
Yeah.
It isn't a great way to live, but two, it's not a good way to run an economy.
Yeah.
Long term, we know that's what causes inflation.
Yeah.
Like you can come up with all the other bullshit, but the only way to put money into an economy without raising the inflation is small business loans, and then they expand.
Yeah.
Like,
What's the? I was gonna say, like, what is the? Is there some sort of like, not secret agenda, but for them to be focusing on all this, is there someone else that's telling them to do it, or do you think they're trying to do the right thing?
I don't think you need a conspiracy. Who is it?
I'm not trying to say
was
like
it Hicks said it? Sometimes you don't need a conspiracy or an orchestrated conspiracy when your interests align.
Yeah.
And you're just doing the same thing.
see, I like that thought because there are people saying, well, there's wind farms and that being constructed out there. There's going to be seismic work, which, I mean, when it was the oil industry, people were saying seismic work does affect the fish. Does it? Maybe. It seems to, just from wetlining, it changed it. We do know it affects whales. I mean, that's a massive thing. But I don't think you need to go down the conspiratorial route because I don't think we need everyone agitating at each other. We just need to come to a conclusion of where the stuff that we want comes into play. So part of all of this that no one wants to mention is the reason why it is so hard to manage the recreational fishing at the moment is because our population keeps increasing.
Yeah.
And we have plans to increase that population more. They're saying 3.5 million by 2036 in WA. The state government is asking for more people from the Commonwealth for that.
Yeah, they've asked to increase our immigration quota or capital.
So
Well, I'm going to put a breeding ban on 2 years, so we can't increase the pop.
That's not the breeding. It's the fucking importing
Immigration,
immigration. Yeah,
And this is the part where I don't understand why people have to be so hated about immigration, is that it gets to race and all these other things. Comes down to the fact that decides what our population is, right?
Yeah, because we're not breeding quick enough.
Yeah, well, we know if we don't increase population, that's why they do it.
Yeah.
It's to increase the population because we have a system where it relies on sustained growth.
yeah,
So you need to keep pumping consumers in there, lower the wage, and keep people buying and feel like they're under this pressure. And then the questions are why?
yeah.
It's like, well, this is like, it's not a solution to
Well,
anything.
Yeah.
Like if you did come from a conspiratorial mindset, you would suggest that's to to not dilute, but to get rid of all the small business. So there's only one or two businesses that are aligned specifically at the top.
Yeah,
because if we want to raise wages to keep up with the rising cost of living, that's all good, and that's probably what they do because there's not going to be a massive crash. So there will be a rise in wages, and then we'll all be happy. But then the small businesses can't absorb those costs. So what happens? They go under. It gets taken over by big business, and those big businesses are owned by 2 or 3 different corporations at the end of the day.
Which are the ones that fund the politicians that make the decisions?
Correct. So if you were to look at it from a conspiratorial mindset, it is, again, it's not orchestrated. You can just see, this is going to benefit us. So, keep doing it.
Yeah. You don't have to look at, you just have to look at it from a financial standpoint.
Yeah.
And that's cool too, because you can be pro-immigration. I mean, first of all, I want a definition on what pro and anti-immigration is. Because is pro-immigration any amount and is anti-immigration no amount?
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's many people on either side of that.
No, surely not. No.
I think it is.
Why isn't it? Why isn't it at the point? And then,
well, it's because they like doing that to divide us, so we don't focus on the real.
Do they like that? Because we seem to like engaging in it too.
Yeah.
So why do we need to do that? Why can't we take out the heat of the argument and just say, is this in the average person's benefit?
Yeah.
Because if you own 2 homes, it is.
Yeah.
It is in your benefit to keep increasing that population, because otherwise the house market would have crashed after COVID.
Yeah.
But then saying that it doesn't affect house prices or isn't the reason why it's increasing is insane.
Yeah.
I heard the Green Senator explanation for it, because I always wondered why they saying that. And his reason was, you've seen through COVID when we had 0 immigration that house prices went up. And it's like no one is using that data for anything else, because it's a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic where the government started giving people money
to stay
at home.
Stay at home.
Yeah.
Every Australian abroad had to move back to Australia. They're panicking because they got nowhere to live or go.
Yeah.
And the right decision was to bring in more immigration to funnel that, so we didn't have a massive crash.
Yeah.
But it is why the prices keep increasing.
Yeah.
And bringing in more is not going to bring it down. That's an insane theory. No one actually believes that.
Yeah.
And you can still be for it. You just got to be honest.
Yeah, nuanced.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to...
Not politically aligned, really.
Well, you get put into a camp, don't you?
Well,
we get put in camps quite a lot. Like, the other day I put up that clip.
Talking about
okay, well, I was going to say
Jewfish.
I was literally
yeah.
just where my brain went. I'm like, I'm not going to reference this in the same podcast.
We got that RFK clip. We get labelled right wing for that, and then look, it's funnier. So I am having a dig at the left, yes, but I will have a dig at the right. We would be considered, I think, the classic liberal conservatives. Like I'm quite, maybe not on the clips.
When I seen the Trump clip where you asked if he was playing 4D chess by convincing everyone he was a pedophile,
but again, it's the clip. So it's like that whole conversation. Also, the 5-10 minutes after, we're like, yeah, probably not. So like it's just
probably not.
Yeah,
you're not convincing everyone you're a pedophile and
exactly.
You'd walk in on him with a kid and go, they're not rooting. He's just playing 6D chess.
Yeah, but so I would be, and Delby would be as well, considered, and you definitely sound it, the very, was quite for progress. We're all for progress and moving forward in certain ways. But do we think the state shouldn't have so much involvement in making those decisions for us? Do we think there should be a little bit more accountability put on the individual as opposed to making it forced upon you? Yeah. So there's fine. That would be, we're fine with progress. We're fine with progressive ideas. But we're also quite conservative in the idea that it's up to the individual to make those decisions.
Well, I mainly just want honesty.
Yeah.
Because I think you get you give people the honest facts and then get them to make a choice. Don't get me wrong, I am aware that people do stupid shit. So there are parts where the government needs to govern and think about the future. It's when these things don't align. So part of the ban...
and it's kind of out of nowhere, hey? Like they've just left fielded, right, ban, bang, It's in place 2 weeks and fucked everyone over.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're like, it's okay to say that we're going to help the owners of these professional fishing things. But if you're a deckhand or a skipper or you lease that license, you've just planned to work and now your work is not there.
Yeah.
And then the worst thing was the fisheries minister comes out and she's like, well, they can just go fish somewhere else. It's like,
What is
So just move the problem.
that is insane.
so? What is the?
So you need licenses, other places to fish for those.
Yeah.
There's not more jobs just because you like it to be.
yeah.
People have already got the licenses. They've already got the jobs over there.
There's
So they were
just-
given 3 weeks notice and inadequate compensation because of that.
Yeah.
As well.
Well,
What is the compensation that they're receiving? Do you know exactly?
The deckies get nothing, eh? And
Nah,
the leases. It's only the owners.
Yeah, the owners of the license are compensated. I think it's 30 million for the West Coast bioregion.
Split between
Compensation.
how many?
Yeah, I wouldn't be able
Yeah.
to tell you, but for the Pilbara troll, they have been banned. They get no compensation. So
Is trawling an ineffective way of fishing anyway? Like, should that be taken out regardless?
and this is where you get into the nuanced, you want to talk about science and all the rest. It gets complicated because so that fish troll industry, they have an area that they're allowed to troll in. I'd suggest when they first started trolling there, it would have been
Killing
fairly
everything.
disruptive.
Yeah.
But they've been doing that for so long. It's not where anyone recreational fishes or anything like that. That provides, I think, 90% of WA's sold fish.
Right.
Now, the problem is they're talking of converting that to trap fishing,
Okay.
which will fish in the regions where people do currently line fish commercially and recreationally fish. They will catch more of the not in danger, but
At
the
risk.
fish that we're trying to protect, the red emperor and stuff like that, from areas that
That are already under pressure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, like fish wise, I think it'll be worse. Their reasonings were more because there were dolphins dying in the net. I think it was possibly one a month, and sawfish protection. So you can say on that for sure. Part of the secondhand thing that comes from that is those troll fishermen have now taken Commonwealth licenses, or they've already had them, but they haven't been using them. So you're seeing people post about these trawlers that are, 200 mile off the coast trolling deep water because it's Commonwealth water. So they're trolling for rubies and stuff like that. They don't really want to do that. They just got to keep their boats working because it's not an effective fishery. It's big canyons, stuff like that. But you're going to see more of that. So
Who's making these decisions? People in the fisheries industry or politicians?
So that's the thing. The politicians make the decisions. They're advised by fisheries research.
Who else are they advised by though?
Well,
Well, like the Twiggy Forest stuff, for example.
yeah.
Like that's influenced by other people.
Well, he seems to get a lot of things that he wants. Seem to get paid for by the government. I know he wanted to move the road around the Exmouth Lighthouse and was stopped, and then the state government decided they were going to do it because the road was dangerous.
Oh, wow.
Because one accident with a emu happened.
Whoa.
My brother's missus hit an emu the other day.
For fun or?
No, fucking
Look at him funny.
on the way to Esperance.
Yeah, right.
Hour into the trip. Imagine
Whoa.
that. Hour in, hit the emu, turn back around, go fix the front bumper up,
Yeah,
and
Amy
back
probably
again.
just got up, kept giving it legs.
No,
No,
I
dead.
mean, it's a little headache.
Fuck.
It went and lived on a farm.
Oh, yeah.
Emu farm.
Yeah. So,
I guess the thing with that is like, if it's just the fisheries giving the information, obviously, like the layman can say, but we can't do anything about it, can we? Like, you see Twiggy Forrest wants something, doesn't get it, and then the government decide to do it because he's paid for them or given them a healthy donation towards whatever they need.
Well, again, why transparency is so important, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's part of what your mate Basil has called for was the advice that they were given about the commercial sector, and the fisheries minister said they'd been given that, but she's not going to show it.
Yeah. So they haven't.
So
Is that, what's her name again? Because I'm not happy with her.
Not Susan Lay.
No. Is she the Minister for Water?
Jarvis?
yeah, Jarvis.
Okay, that's
it.
different one. But the Minister for Water, I'm not happy with her either.
Yeah, okay. Bad water.
Yeah, the beach water. But
Out of Mullers.
Yeah, Mullaloo.
But with that, what's it called? The ban on the demersals and then the fisheries giving the advice. Are they meant to speak to commercial fishermen as well?
Yeah.
And
but
do you think they do?
Well, they have.
They have? And they just
they
decide not to listen?
No, they listen.
Yeah.
This, like, the back and forth is what they thought was productive. There have been success stories. Like, don't get me wrong, like the Gascoigne, that was pro-fishermen coming to fisheries before the problem got too bad and coming up with a solution.
Because you would think that the fishermen, it's in their best interest to keep the stocks alive and replenished and fish properly for future, right? They're not just going to wipe it out.
Yeah, seeing the forest from the trees.
Yeah. And that is part of the thing is that you want to catch yearly.
Yeah.
And get a price for the fish. You know, catching more in one small time frame doesn't help you make more money. Like if a boat comes in before you when you're wetlining with 4 tons of ruby, the last thing you want to catch is ruby.
Yeah.
Because the price is fucked. No one wants it. So
what does it do to just your standard beach goer who wants to go fishing off the...
Well, you're able to fish off the beach.
Because you can't catch anything.
Well, you know, that's cool. The issue is, and this is I don't see how this is going to work if their data is correct. So their data is saying that this slow breeding, slow growing fish is on the verge of collapse in this bioregion, and then their solution is 2 years off and then come back.
To normal.
Like that, they said that the rules will be changed. I'm assuming they're not going to have it like it was before. But like I also said, the population of people for WA, which is mainly going to be the Perth region, and if it's not, the rest of it's going to be just south of here, are going to increase.
Now,
So the problem is going to be tougher to manage, and you haven't been able to manage it in 10 years.
Yeah.
So what does anyone think this is going to be a 2-year ban? And if it is, what is the future?
Because how many fish can reach breeding age in 2 years? Like
For
lots?
the
Jewies?
jewfish?
Yeah.
No.
None.
No.
So it needs to be a complete ban on jewfish and then manage the rest, right? If that's legitimately what the science is saying, they need the jewfish to grow for 10 years or something to become a breeding fish?
Well, I mean, they're
How
talking
long?
they're talking about there's an amount of large jewfish that they're missing. So it might be that they believe there's fish just under that size and age that they need to get more through in the next 2 years. It seems like wishful thinking.
Fish.
Like I don't understand if you believe their science. I don't know how that fixes it. If you don't believe their science, then why is it this? So, I mean, it's...
For your recreational fishermen, you're only allowed two per time you go out, right? 2 Jews?
It was 2 per boat. Now, the last time it was 2 per person, 4 per boat, I believe. That was the last change.
And the problem with the jewfish is when you pull them up, and if they've got their swim bladder, most of them
Yeah,
died.
they don't have a good release
Yeah.
rate. So that was the reasoning behind being able to keep undersized ones. But the problem with that is people naturally want big fish.
Yeah.
So they catch 2 small ones, they
Chuck them
Chuck
back,
'em.
it dies anyway.
or they keep them, catch more, chuck one over the side,
Yeah.
keep that. It's like it's very hard to legislate for
Yeah.
kindness.
Yeah.
Like,
What
that's
about-
what people do?
To play devil's advocate, what about just go fish for a different species?
Well, that is one good thing that you get from it, and Wreckfish WA are part of it, is they're funded to encourage people to fish for different stuff, which is something that has to happen anyway.
Yeah.
So
Like
perhaps
like
that should
what
have
would
been,
that be?
So in Perth at the moment, there is a growing blue marlin fishery. Like obviously, not everyone can go do that. Going in a tinny to go out blue marlin fishing on the canyons is tough. Having said that, they've got a massive sword fishery that is coming through, and I think
I don't even know we had them off our coast, eh? I thought they were just up near you.
yeah, so they're all along the coast, but the Sand and Bend boys, especially if you follow their page, they've really gotten into it as wreck anglers and caught some unreal fish. Good thing with swordfish, great eating, so you get out and do that. And that the reason why I brought that up, the last time myself and Leewald went out there to catch a sword, there were these young blokes in a tinny out there getting absolutely belted.
Trying to catch a
them.
swordfish.
Yeah.
And it's bigger than their boat, right?
Oh, it would have been as big as their boat. We were looking at them like,
You
yeah,
idiots.
we're too old for this shit.
Let's say they are successful. How do they bring it back? They don't.
Yeah,
They
you
just catch and release?
No, they
Or they
would've
just tow it?
just tow it.
That's insane.
Tie it to the side.
That's wild.
Yeah, I do think they might have caught one. Not while we were out there. I think they've caught it before. But yeah, the swordfish fishery out here is growing, and it's
Okay.
definitely becoming an option. They're,
What about things like that? I don't know where they fall on this. Things like tailor
Or
and
tuna,
yeah, whiting, those sorts of things. I know they're not.
mackerel,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
any of that
they're
stuff.
fine to keep fishing.
yeah.
Yeah, they're not within this ban, obviously.
No. So, and that's part of it is developing these fisheries, and also people just deciding to eat different fish.
Yeah.
It is one thing I'll say when you commercial fish or work in the charter industry, you realize pretty quickly marketing has worked about a lot of these fish.
Yeah.
Is that people think one fish is so much better eating.
Yeah,
And what I used to do on our Montebello trips where we'd have 10 punters was on the first night I'd ask them what they'd want. They'd say, oh, red emperor. And then I'd cut up everything that wasn't a red emperor, serve it to them, and they're like, oh, fuck, it's good.
So good. Yeah.
And then the next night, like, oh, what do you want? Oh, we'll have snapper or something. I'll cut up the red emperor. They're like, oh, it's better than what I thought, but it's not quite as good as the red.
yeah.
You know?
Did you ever reveal to them that's what you're doing?
Oh, sometimes.
Yeah.
Depended on the person.
Yeah.
But, that
That's a great way to change people's perspective, though.
yeah, well, honestly, when it comes to fish, the biggest difference is the person cooking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your preference, the way? Because I love a good
Dead.
tin foil, garlic, butter.
You would love a tinfoil, you conspiracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just wears the tinfoil hat.
He's got the butter and the fish with the tinfoil on his head.
Yeah, tin foil on the barbecue.
The government won't want to know.
But yeah, wrap
You
this.
should open a restaurant.
yeah.
The tinfoil
The
hat.
tin foils. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I like it.
They all taste the same to me. Fish is fish.
Cook
man.
it,
Like some,
heap of garlic, heap of salt, and yeah, tin foil on the barbie.
There is differences, but some of it is preference as well. Like I like eating marlin, and no one believes me on that because most people think it tastes like shit.
Yeah, right.
Striped marlin's good. Swordfish is really
well, what's the
good.
difference between a marlin and a swordfish?
Swordfish has a sword.
As in, like, its nose? Because I thought
Yeah.
marlins have a big fucking thing
They
on
got
it.
a bill.
Ah.
Yeah, so the swordfish, I mean, there's many differences. Like the marlin will feed on the top. Swordfish mainly live down deep.
And they're the ones that fucking swing their head and spear it, eh?
So a swordfish will use that as a weapon. So I think swordfish have killed 3 Spearos worldwide. I believe that I'm probably fucking not even close. But I know there's been multiple people that have died spearing swordfish. They've turned around and just
you think you got a spear?
Yeah.
This is a spear.
Yeah, exactly.
Just fucking
What are the, and this is where my knowledge of fishing comes from, what are the fish that they have in Perfect Storm, the movie?
Swordfish.
Swordfish, yeah.
Yeah. So
what's the, is it taste? What's the go with them? Or they
as
just,
far as eating,
yeah,
they're just better eating.
Yeah, okay.
And I think most of that just comes from where they live in deep, cold water.
Yeah, okay.
Normally, deep, cold water fish are just naturally better eating.
Pre-refrigerated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
much. So the further you go up north, the warmer the water. Sometimes, like even just worms and stuff in the guts of
right.
fish, you see a lot more of. But yeah, the sword fishery is great because they are a fast growing, fast maturing. So similar to it, it's the same thing. People get really upset when they see a large marlin wade compared to these demersal fish that we talk about, but they're harder to catch. They get less pressure. They grow faster. They breed faster.
Is there any marlin off here, or you have to be up where you are for marlin?
No, so the marlin fishery here, they had probably their best year last year in 20 years.
Yeah, right.
This year has started pretty well.
How do they police this, really?
What do you mean?
So if we go out on a boat and I grab
The fisheries you're used.
are they just they're just random checking boats, or what are they doing?
For demersals?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they will either check you out there or more than likely at
As
the boat
ramps.
And
they can take your boat if you break the law, eh?
yeah, they're more likely to fine you for taking demersal fish. They'll take your boat if they prove that you're trying to sell it. If you're making financial gain from fish. And this is a big thing that people don't realise. If you've got a bikie debt, people start selling crays and, you don't go to jail. You just get nailed by the fisheries and you get your fine.
Yeah.
So there's that element to stuff.
Yeah.
Fisheries.
What about the cost of fish? Does this increase it for us as consumers?
Yeah, it's going to. So I seen Jewfish in Belmont Forum before Christmas, which obviously prices go up anyway. $150 a kilo.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
And that's
And what was that before?
Like $45 or something?
nah, like filleted before these bands and
70,
that.
80?
You're probably looking more 90, 100.
Yeah. So it's about 30 to 40% up.
Yeah, and
Fuck.
that's before Christmas, so it has come. Like most other places, I don't think they're selling it at $150 a kilo, but that's going to keep increasing, especially with the troll fishery in the Pilbara closed down. So that's where a lot of your reds and stuff like that have come through.
People just won't buy it. It'll just become an obsolete shit. Like you won't. Only rich people will buy it.
Yeah, I think it'll be more restaurants and stuff like that. And that's the flow-on effect with fishmongers, all of that. To tell where we've come from to now, my old boss was 14 years old, living in Perth or in around Perth when he left school to go work on a trawler in the Gulf of Carpentaria. From there, he becomes a skipper at 19, skippers the prawn trawlers. From that, buys a fishing charter in Exmouth. He is one of the founders of the whale shark industry. George King was the first one to start it, but
Is his name George King?
Yep.
Isn't there a fish called King George Whiting? That's the perfect pathway for him.
Yeah. Well, he's massively known. Similar thing. As far as the conservation side, my boss took out Ron and Valerie Taylor for the shark research and that. He was the first person to start charging the everyday person to come on a whale shark charter.
Yeah.
Right? So you get all these flow-on effects. People don't realise how much of what we do stems from people going out there and doing this sort of shit.
Yeah.
From that, while I was working for him, he loses his whale shark charter license or he doesn't lose it. You have to apply for it every 5 years. The government awarded 2 people who didn't have a boat.
What? The whale shark license?
Yeah, some of them might have been
Oh my God.
former employees of the government department that
Wow.
legislated it.
Wow. This doesn't make the news.
No.
Wow.
And this is the part where you're taking away founders of industry.
Yeah.
You don't seem to know what you're doing to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, not everyone is built to go to school, finish year 12, go to university, become an accountant.
Yeah.
And then the mind-boggling thing for me is we're going into a future where that might be the worst thing to do
Yeah.
because AI is taking those jobs.
Mate,
Yeah, it's not taking a fisherman's job.
And at the same time, we're shutting down every other avenue.
Yeah. It's almost by design, man.
I'm so concerned about a couple of those things, like government. The whole government not trusting its own citizens is getting quite frustrating to watch. I've just recently had and this is where the AI comes into it. It's scary in certain ways. You're taking away human compassion and judgment. So these cameras that you see popping up everywhere, I messaged you about this the other day. These cameras we see on the roads everywhere, and they're filming us while we drive and whatnot. My partner got a fine the other day, $550 and 4 demerits for my daughter not wearing her seatbelt correctly. Still wearing a seatbelt, instead of it being over here, it's under here. Got a $550 fine. And these cameras are watching everything we do. It's AI generated, AI powered.
Yep.
So they take if you were put up by a cop, you're removing any sort of compassion and understanding, any sort of like warning that you can be given.
Yeah.
And it just turned it into an AI algorithm. This is wrong. Bang, done.
A police officer isn't fining you for your kid doing that.
Yeah. So this goes back to what we were talking about the other day with the hate speech laws, guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah.
So they're assuming, actually, I looked this up. This is scary, the actual terms of how they've, let me go back. Mate, the terms are fucking interesting. So where are we? So in the first month after fines started, first month after they started doing this, 31,000 infringements in the first month
It's just a big
in
money
WA.
grab.
Yeah, right.
31,000 infringements, including over 10,000 seatbelt infringements, 12,000 mobile phone infringements.
The seatbelt infringement blows my mind. It's your life that they shouldn't force you to wear a seatbelt.
Also,
like,
as an
if you want to fucking risk your life, it should be up to you.
Well, regardless, as an algorithm, it's recognizing something that happened right then and there. You don't know if Grace has recognized that within 3 minutes and gone, oi, put your seatbelt back on properly. It's that one little moment. There's no understanding. And the easy answer is to say, well, you shouldn't do it in the first place.
Yeah, but how do you control a kid when you're supposed to be watching the fucking road?
Exactly.
If your eyes are on the road and you're supposed to be also, like,
Yes.
if they've done that, I reckon you could probably appeal that.
We're definitely going to appeal that. So the legal grey zone in this is these systems rely on delegated authority, not direct police action. The AI does not need to be right. It just has to be reasonable under legislation. So the burden of proof subtly shifts from the driver to, the burden of proof subtly shifts to the driver
Instead
to
of
dispute it.
That's why.
So again, this goes back on what you were saying before. It shouldn't be up to us to go ask for the information.
Yeah.
You're the one who's created this situation. You provide us with the information with transparency.
I feel like that should be all government decisions that are big need to be shown. This is what we found. This is a thing. This is where you can access it. This is the blockchain that shows where it's come from. And then simple as that is like we can follow.
But where does this?
What the decisions are?
Where does that something like that go? You're talking about the future being scary. What does the future of fishing look like? What does the future of that look like? It's not too unreasonable to suggest in 10 years' time that with facial recognition, they just use it to go, right, you jaywalked.
Yeah.
AI algorithm, quick $50 fine.
Yeah.
Keep to the sequence.
But that also comes back to people getting the government they deserve
Yeah.
as well, is because people want this stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
wild, eh?
I know everyone comes on and they're like, the government's doing this, and you've seen it during COVID more than anything. It blew my mind because I've always thought that, like, rules don't make sense.
No.
Like, it's impossible to legislate to make sense. It needs some people making decisions on whether this applies.
Yeah.
And it was like COVID opened people's eyes to that.
Yeah.
And I remember people talking about the mask and comparing it to seatbelts.
Yeah.
And going like, yeah, if you don't wear a mask, it's like the seatbelt thing. And I was just like, seatbelt things never made any sense to me anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. If it's your own health and your own.
yeah, I understood why kids had to wear seatbelts.
Yeah.
But like, and people were like, oh yeah, but you die.
Yeah.
It's like, yep.
Well, that's your fault.
Yeah.
If you, it's literally your decision.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be fined. Yeah. It's wild, eh?
Yeah.
I understand when it affects someone else.
Yeah.
I've never understood legislating for when your decisions cost you.
Well, if we've seen,
own
like I
thing.
said, going back on it, 31,000 infringements in the first month, and those fines are upwards of $500. That's 31,000 more fines.
Yeah.
It's not like the 31,000 were included in the past.
yeah.
It's 31,000 new fines that didn't exist. It is a revenue generating
But you
idea.
got to see how successful like Robo-Debt was.
Yeah.
Like
They cooked that.
They had Robo-Debt.
Yeah.
Never had an issue. So what could go wrong?
Yeah. Now, if they could show and be transparent about the data that people are going, well, I have to be more cautious, so I'm not going to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe you could go, well, it justifies this initial hit, but it won't. It doesn't change. No one wants their kid to take a seatbelt off and put it under their arm because they're uncomfortable or whatever.
Depends how much they're annoying you.
Yeah.
and I mean that's coming into this fishery thing as well, is the talk of whether wreck fish should be recording their catch, because the numbers for like that I quoted before, they're estimates,
Yeah.
best estimates, because there's no way of recording catches
'Cause
and
your
releases,
general-
whereas professional fishermen have to do that.
Yeah.
So
It's just what happens with that data and how well will it be used. And part of that is building trust that you're going to do the right thing with it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have thought wreckfish was such an issue, because the general person, like your general punter, you might only know one or two blokes that go fishing, like in Perth. Not everyone's out there just.
Well, yeah,
'cause,
well,
you need to be able to afford a boat and fuel to get out there, which is fucking like
Well, not-
prohibitive as anyway.
Not to assume based on race or religion, but like we are importing a lot of people who do that sort of stuff. And I'm not saying that if you're Chinese or if you're from India or whatever, you're going to go fishing more. But if a lot of them do, and I'm not pointing it out to be
I
Controver-
probably disagree.
well. Okay, I've got to be careful because look at abalone season on that one day.
Bedlam,
Yeah, and it's one specific type of person.
fisherman.
Yeah, but you know, like if we're in, I'm not sure
also,
that
Emily,
that could be just like I'm
I
maybe
would-
drawing a longbow there.
I
But
would say the opposite,
okay,
to be honest with
For
you.
demersals?
As
Maybe
far as
the demand goes up.
Demersal fishery, it's more just number of people. I mean,
in general,
yeah, I think obviously we have a FIFO culture here, which means you get 4 weeks on, 4 weeks off.
yeah. What are you
And
going to do
money.
in that time? Yeah,
You get a boat, you go out. I would. That's what I'd do. But yeah, it's not like it's not about blame or people overfishing. It's about finding a solution that everyone's happy
That works
with.
with. Yeah. I mean, I would have just thought you just cut the bag limit to one a boat. Like,
Well, I
you
mean,
still go fishing, but you have minimum.
yeah, I mean that's an option, but then it's also people will try and upgrade. So some of the solutions given have been what time of year the bans should be on to encourage people to fish for other stuff during different parts of the year. There are spawning times for the jewfish that seem to overlap where people are going out and fishing for them. Perhaps that should have been done to the commercial industry as well.
Yeah.
So what does it do to the commercial industry? Because I haven't touched on that enough.
Well, they're gone.
They're gone
That's it. They're done. They never come back.
forever.
Yeah, in the West Coast bioregion for demersals. There's still gummy fish and net.
Okay.
License.
So this isn't like one rule for the corporations, one rule for the recreational. It seems to be a bit harsher, at least on the corporations or the commercial.
For the commercial, yeah. I mean, that doesn't mean corporations.
So
A lot of those would be
like the people you spoke about.
yeah.
Oh yeah, feeding to
You know, if you're looking at the trawlers in the Pilbara, that is a corporation. It's a foreign corporation. South Africans, I think, that bought out Kalis for 67 mil, I think,
Jesus.
a few years ago. I mean, there's issues for that too. You look at Kalis. In my time, people who left school in Exmouth in year 10 went on the prawn trollers. Not saying all prawn troller deckies like drugs. I just never met one that hasn't. But that job became very hard to get. They brought in drug testing, which justified bringing in is it 547 visas?
Yeah.
It's
cheaper labour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is what all those. Now, what happened to the people that became deckies is they didn't suddenly just go, oh, fuck, I'll go to uni.
Yeah.
They do more drugs.
Yeah.
They become homeless. And I seen one actually while I was handing out flyers in Northbridge. He's a homeless druggie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then people feel sorry for him. They don't feel sorry for him when...
Beforehand.
Like, because...
Did you still flyer him?
Yeah. Fuck off. I actually had a chat with him. He's cooked. But that's another thing that shits me, that I don't think people, especially when you hear the comedy industry, you hear arts people talking about regional WA and places like that. You always hear like the joke where they're like, oh, an immigrant stole my job. I literally never heard that in my whole life in regional WA. The only thing I've ever heard is that kind of a corporation is bringing in cheap immigrant labour to take jobs.
The jobs, yeah.
I've never heard anyone blame the people they're bringing in.
Yeah.
They're blaming the corporations that bring these people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's not their fault they want to work and make a better life for themselves.
Yeah.
And they're just doing it for less.
They're getting exploited like fuck, because like the average person would not want to work on a prawn trawler.
Yeah.
Like the main thing you need is hard work.
Which is why I
And
guess
cocaine.
they're quite happy to
cocaine.
increase these numbers exponentially because it gives them more workers.
Yeah. That's literally it. It's to keep wages and work conditions down.
What's
that's
what's the general consensus from the fishing community about this? I know we know what it is, but what are you hearing?
There's more. I mean, there's a divide between some in the commercial industry and recreational, for sure, and the blame on back and forth and stuff like that. And I mean, they had where they clogged up the freeway the other day. I seen that, and like they're unhappy with this 2 years. I'd be more concerned if I was them about what happens after these 2 years.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they were working on 6-month bans before that anyway.
Yeah.
A
couple of my mates are cray fishermen, and they don't have much to do for the for the rest of the year.
Yeah, and I mean, who knows? I think the worry is how the lack of transparency and sharing the data And I think the only way that it goes forward, now we don't have commercial in the West Coast bioregion, is there's more consideration between the rec fishermen and the government about how we go forward and create. Like, I've been enough places around the world now to see how controlled some fisheries are.
Yeah.
And how strict the rules are. How much do we want that? How much do we want more people in WA? What are we giving up to improve the GDP? I don't know.
Yeah.
Fucking, we're fucked, man. We're fucked.
But
Like-
I don't think so. I think that's part of the problem is we look at shit and we go, oh, fuck, we got so many issues.
Yeah.
There's talk of, I think maybe the government needs to, and this is all governments, look at the positive parts, like our lack of chippies and stuff like that. That's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Like if you've got kids growing up that have something they can do, like that's there, clear, while the rest of the world is shitting themselves about what AI is going to do. Why isn't that a good thing?
Yeah, the next millionaires are the Sparkies, the Brickies, all the manual labour jobs.
Well, mate, some of the young blokes I know from Exmouth that work FIFO, like they own houses in Exmouth. They do 4 weeks on, and then 4 weeks they'll travel some of the most amazing places in the world.
Yeah.
Like, what they're doing is the coolest life ever. And it's not necessarily just because they're doing that job, but I mean, why isn't that portrayed? I think we've got a lack of marketing in schools.
Yeah.
I mean, people were teaching kids to code because there were going to be jobs in coding.
Yeah.
It's all
gone now.
There's no jobs.
Yeah.
Whereas we know building shit ain't going anywhere.
Well, you know, all it is kids want to be YouTubers, bro. When I taught, they just wanted to be YouTubers. There is no...
Yeah.
There's a very small part of them that actually like getting out and being physical.
I'm so grateful I got my tradie. Well, I did a fair few, but I got my trade obviously in sheet metal, but just doing a trade in general gives you, and we spoke to Grace about this last night, it gies you so much knowledge in a variety of areas.
This is the biggest thing.
I'm a useless cunt. Yeah. I'm useless.
I'm a useless cunt as well. So I understand. Like, all my mates are working in trades and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The worst thing that can happen is that you're good at important shit.
Yeah.
Even if you don't work at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do half the uni courses that people do, the worst thing that happens is you're a cunt.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you do stand-up comedy. And you do that joke about how you did an arts degree,
great,
so you work in McDonald's.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. I was so happy the other day. We had a locksmith come over and he was fixing 2 locks in our house. And he's like, what you've done with that back, mate? You must have been a tradie. I was like, yeah. I was like, I had to work that shit out. That was hard. He's like, yeah, good workaround until it got fixed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a good thing. Like having that, like, I'm very happy with what we do now. But fuck, there's so many things like we're going to put new carpet in the house. I can lay it myself.
Yeah.
So it used to be cup layer. It's a bit different, but having that knowledge. And so our kids, maybe get into a few trades.
I couldn't even put up the curtain rail that you've done here. Like, I'm a useless cunt when it comes to any of that.
Yeah,
Like-
I become worse because I forget shit. So I had to change the tire bearings in the trailer the other day. Like the amount of tantrums I fucking
Couldn't bear it.
Well, this is. I was talking to my brother about this though. This is probably again nuance. It's good because there's there's highs and lows and pros and cons. But yeah, it's good to have some knowledge and good to have that. But also with the evolution of technology, you can probably go on YouTube and get a tutorial step by step on how to do almost anything as well. Yeah. Like I do that with things that. So for example, I'm going to change the spark plugs in Mrs. Car tonight. I know what to do on most cars, and I was like, this one looks a little more complicated. Quickly had a look on YouTube. I was like, oh yeah, that's simple enough. But like it was there, step by step breakdown.
Yeah.
So,
but if you're taught the base confidence at the start,
correct,
then that's easy.
Yeah.
But I think there's a big, like I always view shit through the class lens, especially since I've come to comedy. Is Like I think the language thing and cancellation is mostly comes from upper middle class people that don't have the advantage they used to, and the only thing they've got is being able to police language.
Yeah, moral virtue
Like
signaling.
they used to be able to get better education, stuff like that, like put in those places, but they don't have that advantage anymore because you can find knowledge a lot easier.
Because then when you go to the level above, they just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
you're right.
I mean, you think of the Australian comedy scene.
Yeah.
Most of them are upper middle class raised people. Fair chunk of them are not good at comedy, but they police it like they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just moral virtue signaling. It's the only way they can feel important.
Yeah.
Anybody, not just comics.
Well,
like
'cause-
anyone. You can't say that. These people get offended. You're like,
Well, because
you don't even know these people.
they were able to be taught that. They
Yeah.
know them rules.
Yeah.
If you're from a different class and you have talked to people like that, you judge people by their character rather than like to be a good person, you have to go do stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas it's not that. It's
So then you
the
have to
words, the phrases.
Yeah.
That is what makes you a good person.
Yeah, and
But your actions.
It's a skill set.
Yeah.
yeah, and by telling while silencing or even like that self-censorship, you know, those sorts of silencing, censorship, even what we're allowed to say online now. I don't think doing something like this is going to bring us closer together.
Nah.
It's what's created the divide in the first place. You're only creating more tension. You're only if you're silencing people, you're not creating more social cohesion. You're creating more resentment.
Yeah.
And if they feel unheard, they're just going to be pushed to the extremes of both sides of the paradigm because that's who listens. And then they will be radicalized, and then that's when you get this divide. Whereas if you just sort of both speak to each other, most of us will find out we all kind of want the same thing.
Yeah. But you could troll through like this podcast and call us out for fat shaming your fat
brother.
Fat branch. yeah, exactly. But again, full context, and even with these new laws, it's not going to affect a big platform.
You can talk as much as you want, but the politicians don't listen.
Exactly.
That's
Look
all
at
it is.
Look at yesterday. 2 million over, and it's probably risen since then, but it was over 2 million emails sent to senators yesterday saying we do not want this new hate speech bill because it's been redone and put into 2 bills. They still put it forward.
Yeah, and
they
they're
don't
still
listen.
rushing things through.
Do you think some of it is not acknowledging problems?
Yes.
Though, like even us,
Yes.
we look at it and we're like, we don't want that.
Yeah.
But you know, what's the solution?
Yeah.
What can we contribute to that?
There's no final solution. It's just, they're looking for problem answers. Yeah.
But like even what you talk about with your clips, like you put them out there to get tension and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the algorithm helps you with your business to do that. But is that the right thing to do?
No.
Which is exactly.
You know what I mean is like
Exactly.
We make these and we justify why.
Yeah.
But
Well, I even messaged Delby the other day. Here's a clip.
Yeah.
I want to put it out, but I know it's going to do well, but it's also going against what we have been saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my best thing to do here, I'm selling a fishing show at Frank, is just to get in here and say the government's fucked.
Yeah. No, you've done very well.
The red fisherman, completely right. The science is wrong. Like, instead, you might clip up something where I'm saying something and that might be the best bit and it gets all these people angry at me.
Correct.
Or you just say something that you can clip up that everyone's going to agree with.
Which
Which
doesn't happen.
We haven't done all the nuance part to that.
Yeah. It's hard. It's definitely something been battling with within the podcasting clips because if you leave out the 15, like I bring down sometimes moments that are 8, 9, 10 minutes long into a 2-minute bit.
Yeah.
Because there's like repeating, there's mumbling, there's back and forth and things that aren't relevant. But then you bring it down to that. You also take out the context back and prior and post of the conversation. But you can't do it. It's a short form clip. You sort of want to drive people towards the full conversation where you'll hear it. But some people are lazy. But you do get the people who listen. They understand. I think they're pretty good. But yeah, the algorithms and clips are a problem.
Is that more important to develop a community that listens to the full podcast?
Correct, yeah.
Rather than the clips?
No one ever will. It's not the medium for it.
Well,
Yeah. Does that many people come from the clips to the podcast and become part of that?
Yeah, so it has been good. But what I have noticed since we've stopped putting out, 90% of what we put out now are less divisive and less on one side and a bit more in the middle, and they go nowhere near as good.
Yeah. Oh,
but
for sure.
but I'd rather
We
go
all know
right.
that.
Let's stick to there and then build a community based on that neutral.
It's a bit like
understanding.
stand up though. Is all the stand ups you like the most aren't far on one side.
Yeah, they're in the middle nicely.
Yeah, well, not. I don't like middle because
They've got a point.
Middle seems like you're just like both people are
Yeah,
right.
fence sitting. Yeah.
Like maybe this part.
Hey,
is
look, you're both
completely
right
fucked.
about
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like I have, like my views on the world are fucking extremes.
Yeah.
They're just not the extremes that left and right extremes.
Yeah.
You know, like I view charity as one of the grossest things in the world. I think charity.
That's how you got your first spot.
Yeah, exactly. But that
Why is that? You hate
Well,
charity?
I hate charities.
You mean the actual organisation that take people's money and then keep it themselves?
Yeah, I think it's one of the worst things for society is people have this tax deduction that they think makes them a better person. You give money in Perth to homeless charities, everyone's like, oh, he's a great person, blah, 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 blah. So you donate, what, $1,000?
Yeah.
10% of that goes to the homeless person once administration fees and everything go through. Fucking just go give $100. Not even to a homeless person.
Yeah.
Give it to
Someone that
fucking
needs it.
Delby because he needs $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why not help your friends?
Yeah.
If
Like,
we all did that, yeah.
Will that be? Would we have a better society if people didn't have the part where they can just say, I'm a good person because I give this money. And then you look at the salaries of the CEOs and you're like, this comes on $950,000 a year.
Yeah. The guy that owns Good Sammys or the Salvos, I think the Salvos is absolutely minted.
Yeah.
Like minted. $1 million mansion. He has a place near my mate's workshop. He's like, the bloke is the tightest cunt and he's loaded.
Yeah. But I mean, even the celebrity, like, why are there multiple charities for the same cause?
Yeah.
You know? Like, and why does none of this shit get better?
Yeah, I'm interested
Yeah,
about
fuck
like
telethon, eh?
I'm interested about like
Where's it going?
That's what I said. I'm extreme on this. Don't get me wrong. Like, I know they've got their place, but I think they, like, as a whole,
We should have
sucks.
solved some shit by now for,
Yeah.
for these courses with the amount of money they're getting.
men's mental health.
yeah.
Well, we're
You
never
know?
going to fix that.
No, you're giving money to the organisations and shit.
Yeah.
Would you be able to help your mate before he got to that stage with
Maybe have a
financial
cup of tea and a
stress?
line down. Yeah.
Well,
financial
when it
stress,
comes to
You
the-
know, like
Yeah.
fucking.
When it comes to the
seriously,
charities.
if one of my mates asked me for 500, I'll just give him 500.
Yeah.
Can I have 500?
Can I have 500?
But
This
Yes, I
episode is
said my-
brought to
I
you
said my
by
mates.
Squirly.
I said my mates.
Chumming Up Podcast. But yeah, I agree. But I even, you know, the small podcasts, the small charities,
Yeah.
one or two people, they're, in my mind, they're still taking money.
yeah,
They need to survive. I like the ones who it's a thing on the side. They've got their full-time job. All the money goes into what they're doing.
yeah,
It goes to whether it's towards like, okay, we're going to a mine site and we're going to chat to men about fucking ways they can deal with things or whatever, at least providing a service. But yeah, when they're putting money into feeding the homeless,
yeah.
and then 90% of that goes to a
Well, even if, like, how well they're run, you know, like, there's some really well-meaning ones that get money from people and then they're like charity fundraiser night that they've got all the prizes from
Yeah.
is dog shit.
Yeah.
Like not dog shit is in the night's not good, but the amount they get back for what they've been given. And they're just like, well, it was donated, so we made this amount. It's like, well, if the amount from your donations it is high and you're getting this much back,
Yeah.
you're shit.
Yeah.
Like you,
Yeah. You should figure out how to run it more
Yeah.
profitably. Yeah. For a non-for-profit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, that's why the CEOs of the big ones make so much money because they're really good at making extra money from that.
Well, I like, and this is what I'm pretty excited. It's not all sorted, but we're going to be doing some stuff with some autism,
You piece of shit.
not charity. But I was talking to
I've
their
been doing this pod with autism for fucking 8 years.
I was talking to her about it the other night. Random story actually to tell you, and talking to her about it, and she's going to be the CEO of this charity.
Yep.
1 day a week, unpaid.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, that's the type of thing I want to be involved in. All the money goes towards the kids with autism and trying to provide them with services that can help, and parents with understanding and ideas of how to help their
Is
kids.
this like investing in autistic kids because you know they're going to make billions?
oh, yeah, like
It's like it's seed funding.
this is
Wait,
like,
this is
we know
for
you can
autism,
count
yeah.
cars.
We know you're going to learn binary code and create a program.
So, but that's an awesome.
It's just taking them to the casino.
But looking into them, it was great. Like to know that the CEO is working 1 day a week for quite a big organization.
Yeah.
And she's not going to be taking any money.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is the type of people you want to be working with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's exactly like when you've got the administration fees and you look at the CEOs taking $6 million a year from World Vision or something like that. You're like, what are you doing?
And what was the thing Greg was saying? There's something to do with charities, like some of them get preferential treatment to others. Like he doesn't have any government funding.
Yeah, so
whereas
some get
of the
government
big ones
funding.
get government funding.
Yeah.
And then they can just siphon that to their workers.
Yeah. Well, I think ideally, if you were like Greg at Stitch in Time, you would be completely funded for your workers as their pay by the government, and then all the money you raise as a charity goes towards
No one
whatever
would
they're
begrudge
doing.
you for paying yourself a wage if it's your full-time job. If you're running a charity and it's your full-time job.
I think Stitch in Time's got like 4, 5 employees, and that's it. And they're just so.
Like, don't get me wrong. You go into it's the nuance again. I just think overall we don't get, like, society is poorer. Like, because we've outsourced it to government rebate, like a tax deduction, stuff like that. People don't do things in the community that they should just do in the community.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I do this for a charity, or it has to be like, it has to be classed as a charity.
Yeah.
Rather than just going out and doing good shit
Yeah.
for people.
Yeah.
Like someone working at a sports club might be doing more than.
Yeah, fuck. Sports club people are like,
Yeah.
they're so thankless. All the presidents and the secretaries.
Volunteer
and the
work.
mums and dad,
man.
yeah, like that's.
like the Auskick programs. The parents that run that are all volunteers.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of mates who have done it. I'm like, what the fuck? Or I would never do that. That's a lot of time and effort.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I mean, that's pretty much how all the good things in society work.
Yeah.
Is community comes together for certain things.
Yeah.
And that's our greatest strength. I don't think we should outsource it.
No.
Yeah. To finish with, let's do some juicy stuff. Does the fishing ban affect sharks coming closer to shore? Because we've seen, and we were saying pre-pod, the 3 bull sharks attacks. Is there going to be any effect with that? Because that's kind of the meaty fun part.
That won't affect that. They're like the shark fishing won't change. The rules surrounding catching fish off sharks off Perth beaches in the last few years, they have stopped that at most.
You're not allowed
beaches.
to, or you can?
You're not allowed to.
Is that a good thing, do you think? Because it would attract sharks in, or are they there anyway?
They're there anyway. I think in the next few years, Perth's going to have a year where I would say more than 10 people will get
Just because of sheer numbers?
Yeah, the sharks are getting more. It seems like the
You mean Perth or like Margaret River Esperance?
Perth.
Really?
Yeah, I think I like just the size of the tiger sharks that they're seeing seem to be getting a bit bigger.
Yeah.
The ones that catch it on the drones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So though people think a lot of the tiger sharks here are big, they're actually fairly small.
Yeah, that Trev one's tiny, isn't he, compared?
Yeah.
But there was a great white off Hillary's the other day. Like
Yeah.
a 3.5, 4 meter.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Off Hillary's.
Why is that? Is that just because we can see them more, or is there a change in
Yeah, potentially.
Both, but there's like people that over in over east where the 3 bull shark attacks have happened in the last 24 hours, they're like reports of people that have flown the same route for decades that say they see more white pointers in a week than what they used to see for a whole year.
Fuck.
That makes sense just because we protect them. You're not
Oh,
killing
yeah.
any white pointers for one. 2, the seal numbers have recovered and gone to numbers that so there's actually more for them to eat. But people saying that it's because of the extra fishing pressure. Small whites eat fish, big whites eat mammals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiger sharks. The first fatal attack in Perth was a tiger shark way back in
I looked at
way
it
back
like
in the day.
the last 25 years, there's been 3 in Perth.
What, tigers? Or just
Nah, whites.
Whites.
Or just
Whites and bull sharks. Bull shark in the river.
or
is
more,
the
sorry,
deal.
3 fatal attacks.
Yeah.
And there's been like 25, but they've been like Margaret River surfers or abalone divers and stuff like
Yeah,
that. But
and this is where you're talking about believing science and transparency. Is if you look at fatal shark attacks, you're not getting all the fatal shark attacks. So like that poor bloke who got done the other day just north of here.
yeah, up near Quinns.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
won't go down as a shark attack.
Oh, because it's just a missing person.
Yeah, like because they don't know whether.
Yeah.
So what happened? I didn't see this.
So
was
he
Like
was
Burns Beach, wasn't it? Actually?
He was
Yeah.
diving with his mates for crays. They couldn't find him. Then his head washed ashore. So just
Wow.
like
Jesus.
you know,
Yeah.
like because you don't. To be fair to the science on that, you don't know what killed him.
Yeah.
It's a
Could've
bit like
happened
Could have
that.
got
afterwards.
stuck under a rock and
Shallow
then
water
eaten after.
blackout.
Yeah.
It's a bit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, bit like that chick that got mauled by the dingoes yesterday.
Where did this happen? I didn't see this.
What's the indigenous name for
All around.
Almond land.
the island over east, the big sandy one? Anyway,
sure.
Kagari, I think they
Oh,
call
yeah?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they found her near a shipwreck in the water, getting like eaten by dingoes.
Yeah.
So they still got to find out whether they don't know whether.
Oh.
The dingoes killed her or
Yeah.
she was...
Apparently, she's got like defensive wounds and stuff like that. So it looks
Yeah, wow.
more likely that the dingoes.
Got her,
that-
but she's probably in a weakened state. Or like...
No idea.
Yeah.
Like
Oof.
maybe a dingo just started and the rest because they have been attacking more and more people. Yeah. 'Cause they
Interesting.
get fed. But when it comes to shark attacks, if it's so most data you'll find is unprovoked shark attacks.
Yeah, but who's provoking a shark going, no, no, no. Like,
So that's the thing.
like
is
they're
that-
all unprovoked, aren't they?
No. So the general public would consider someone that's swimming and gets mauled by a white pointer 50 metres from someone fishing for whiting. They would consider that an unprovoked attack. But if you're a scientist, that's a provoked attack. So that won't even show on the data, mostly. So that shark attack doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then there's some
Right.
times I'm like, why are you putting yourself in these positions?
Yeah. I think
Like-
they should rename beaches like Great White Beach.
No, yeah.
Shark
No, but-
Bite Bay.
But also just like, okay, I'm
People
going
die
to
from it
swim,
here.
50 to 100 meters offshore, which is that's a fair distance offshore when you're swimming on like an overcast day. Like I was walking down the coast, jogging along the coast the other day and watching someone swim just off North Beach there.
Yeah.
Like maybe not far, if 75 meters, but it was overcast. It was, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Just be a little smart.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
silly time to be doing
mean,
that.
After a storm.
That's the part where you got to decide what you want to do. You know, like people putting themselves in that situation. But when people start getting attacked more, is that going to change your mind?
Yeah. Well, look at what was the guy in? I know the guy in Sydney. Was it last year or the year before?
Yeah.
Swimming in
Off
that
the
Gulf.
fishing bit.
Yeah, and he was swimming, training for a triathlon or whatever. That was a fucking big. That was a
Right near people
Yeah.
fishing though, with lots of bait and chum
So
in
that
the water.
was the one that was called a provoked attack. So that doesn't count
Why do they call it provoke? Because there's fishing everywhere.
because there were people fishing from the rocks.
Still counts as a shark attack death though. Would that be right?
It still counts as a shark attack
Fatal shark.
death, but you're probably not going to say it when you look for shark attack deaths
Okay.
because they won't say unprovoked.
Yeah.
But most of the data is only on unprovoked attacks.
But then
'Cause
again-
sometimes provoking a shark is fucking provoking it. But if you're mauled spearfishing, that'll be an unprovoked, provoked attack.
Yeah.
So it won't count.
Because I was looking at that, and that's again that footage. I remember it's fucking haunting in my mind. But again, overcast-ish, dark, deep water, groins, like it's a big gulf. Fuck, what do you like? I know you got to train for a
Train in a pool.
well, just you can still swim in the ocean and currents, but just be a bit safer.
Yeah, maybe.
But you never
I mean,
know. You never know what's going to be there. It could be a glassed off nice day and great
Well,
one pops up out of nowhere, right?
I don't think they'd had a shark attack there for fucking years and years.
60, 70 years, yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, to me, what Perth has at the moment is kind of embarrassing that they just upgraded millions more dollars to flying planes and choppers over the top of people. Like, while the health industry has just reported back that they're underfunded
ramping.
and
Yeah.
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 Like, sorry, your grandmother's dead, but we're looking for sharks. Like,
It's public
what-
opinion, isn't it?
what is the idea? Is the idea that you enter the water at your own risk? Well, okay, do that.
Yeah.
Or there's too many sharks in close and we're gonna kill them. Okay, do that. But don't do the in between where you're like, look, we're doing nothing, but we're gonna fly a plane over or a chopper, and just like no one would come up with that idea as a financial success.
Yeah.
Let's take government back to what do we want? Oh, hospitals, roads.
Yeah.
Do we want our government to be looking after flying shit over our fucking beaches?
Just because the media puts so much scrutiny on it.
Yeah.
it's
Don't get me wrong.
you know, it's just a nice political, like,
Politically, it's suicide to take it away. Because like I said, when the next attack happens, they get blamed for it.
yeah. They
But-
should just have drones, really. It's way cheaper.
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Is if you're that worried, you can get a drone.
Yeah.
Fly it over.
Yeah.
It's not going to help you.
Yeah.
Like by the time someone sees the shark, it's either decided to eat you,
Yeah.
or someone warns you, and you fucking piss bolt.
Yeah.
So we need
that's when
weaponized
you
drones so you
Get now.
can just shoot from the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all the footage you see from these drone operators show you that it's not making any difference. The
Yeah.
sharks are still coming up to people,
And
and
the
then
person doesn't even know the drone's there.
Yeah.
Just like,
and honestly,
I tell you what, if there's a drone above me, I'm looking around.
oh, yeah.
but that's part of the problem is you're more likely to get mauled when you panic and start fucking trying
It's
to
a splashing, isn't it?
splash in your heart rate.
Yeah.
Your heart rate's a massive one. Panic in the water. So everything in the ocean is just based around killing things that are weak,
Yeah.
especially sharks.
Yeah.
So when you go spearfishing, you swim down, there's sharks everywhere. They ain't eating shit.
Yeah.
They don't do nothing. They're just slowly moving. As soon as you put a spear into a fish, that fish is weak, right? So it starts the panic thing. The shark eats that. They eat injured and stressed animals.
Yeah.
Because when they put in too much effort to kill something, so say you have a fish on a rope and the shark tries to grab that, the shark becomes tired.
Yeah.
Another shark eats that shark.
Yeah.
Because you can't be weak in the ocean, otherwise you're going to get eaten. The only difference is like pelagics will hunt and a white pointer will hunt like when it gets to a size, and that's why they'll hit shit so fucking hard.
Yeah.
That it doesn't matter. But most tiger sharks, all those sorts of things, they're
Scavenge.
they're not necessarily scavenge, but they're just looking for shit.
The easiest option.
Yeah.
Yeah, like tiger sharks ate turtles, but even there they'll fucking.
Yeah, that's why they.
Well,
I
I mean,
guess that's
if
why
it-
they're coming up to Mullaloo all the time. Dog Beach. There's Dog Beach splashing everywhere. It brings in the attention.
Yeah, and that's why I think as the water seems to be getting warmer down here, you're starting to see bigger tigers, which normally further north is where you see the bigger ones. They seem to get to a certain size where they stop giving a fuck.
And the tigers eat anything, eh? They'll eat like car tires and all sorts of shit, eh? They're like the dumpsters. Or is that the bull sharks?
Nah, the tiger sharks are the ones people say with that.
Yeah, what do they call the number plates?
Yeah. So I haven't seen that, but
That's from Jaws.
yeah,
Is that-
they are responsible for the worst attacks when
Yeah.
you look at it. They're more horrific because they'll take a lot longer to decide they want to bite you, but once they do start biting, and that's that bloke over in Egypt who got consumed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was wild.
Yeah, so that Hawaii gets a lot, and that'll be where someone, like there was a bloke with his missus where he ends up dying because he's trying to protect her from the shark, but the tiger has like fucking 15, 20 goes at him
Yeah.
sort of thing. And you see the same when they hunt a turtle, is that they don't mind taking off a fin and then
coming
fucking
back.
coming back.
Yeah.
And it's that similar thing of like they're not expecting you to just disappear into a boat.
Yeah.
So there's no rush for them on that.
Whereas the great white will take a bite and just fuck off, eh?
Sometimes. I think a lot of that similar thing is just really bad science at
Yeah.
looking at the people that have been bitten and then rescued on boats.
Right.
Is that this thought that a shark cares enough about whether it eats you or not is so fucking weird because we don't apply it to any other animal. Like it's so dumb.
Yeah.
Like you're nothing to
Yeah.
them. Like you're not special.
Yeah.
Like they
Once it's
aren't-
got a bite,
yeah.
yeah, I guess you're right. You're disabled, so it's just going to come back and eat at its own leisure.
Yeah, and there's multiple like times where they've filmed them now consuming people. The problem is if you swim out and get consumed and no one's there to watch it.
Did it ever happen?
Yeah, well, exactly.
Oh.
I think and it's the big fear. You
Yeah,
know, the
and
fear of going
I just
out
want to
that
say
way.
I don't have a fucking full opinion on what we should do about sharks. I love sharks. I love whites. I'm scared shitless of whites when I'm in the water. I've dived with a lot more tigers that I'm less worried about. But similar thing. I don't like lies.
Yeah.
Mostly. I think just being honest about it. When people say you swim at your own risk, say what the risk is.
Yeah.
Stop lying. Stop saying sharks don't want to eat you. They don't want to eat you, but they don't not want to eat you.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
Mostly you're too big for most sharks you will ever come across. Like until you're weakened. Like they won't see a reason for it.
Yeah.
But like if one is big enough and you're in the wrong situation, it's like anything.
It's gross, eh?
Yeah,
It's
I
just
don't-
the way of going out. That's
Yeah.
just the biggest, like, people, the way of dying.
What
At least
we-
in a car crash, it's over immediately.
What did we dive with you? Like, I know they swam off, but when we went up to Exmouth, it was reef sharks, eh?
Yeah, might have been.
The black tip things.
Yeah.
And they were more sort of, you get a glimpse of them and then you'd be like, there's one.
Yeah.
And we sort of chased a little bit after them, but you're like, oh, when we went down that drift.
Oh yeah, long turquoise.
Yeah.
Did I tell you the one I did with mush?
No.
That was fun.
Yeah?
So we did a shore dive spearfishing. So I took him, Johnny, Jay out as well.
Yeah.
And we start swimming out, get, I don't know, about 30 metres offshore. And I just see a big tiger
Oh, shit.
coming
Oh,
through.
no.
And it wasn't huge, but maybe 12, 13 foot. But he was angry. Like his fins were up and he just looked like he was on a mission. And none of the other boys see it. But he goes inside of us, between us and the shore, and I'm just like,
oh no.
Well, like you're shore diving, so I don't want to spear shit and deal with that. So I just tell the boys, hey, I might go back. We'll do. So I get back to shore before I tell them.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, we'll go a couple 100 meters down the beach. We'll just dive amongst the rocks there. And we get in, and there's little dart, and Mush is like, oh, can we spear one of them?
What, a little dart fish?
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, sure. Like that similar thing where you talk about what's good eating and what's not. But he's probably 5 meters from shore, and he shoots it. And then like I look at the fish, and then I look back, and he's like squidding it back to the shore. Just he's on the shore pulling the fish in from that.
Just so he didn't get.
Yeah, just so the shark didn't come in and maul him.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'd be doing the same fucking thing. Oh. You want to smoke a dart, and a tiger shark smokes you.
No, thank you. Fucking hell.
Fuck. Yeah.
Mate, that was a bloody ripper. I really enjoyed that episode.
Yeah.
We got.
Well, we can
Do you know
speak
what?
to Basil next week. Give us some questions to put to Baz.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think I'll send him through to you.
Yeah.
What I've said.
Yeah. You've addressed everything he said in his message.
I'd like the industry talk about what, like the overall view of WA and what we're allowing people to do as they get older. I mean, also hunting, fishing, four-wheel driving. Defence has shut down a lot of the Cape in Exmouth. If you're just a person who likes to fish, hunt, do stuff like that,
It's going to be pretty tough.
you're getting less to do.
Yeah.
So what's the buy-in to this system? And what's it going to do to the rest of us?
Well, mate, you've come on in perfect timing because obviously this is a big issue at the moment, but it also coincides with a lot of Perth people who will listen to this episode specifically because of the Demersal ban.
Yeah, they'll probably hate me.
But you're also a comedian doing a fishing show for Fringe.
The world's first fishing show.
Yeah. So you really only want people who
I
are
only
aware
want
of fishermen. Yeah,
my new wife's family booked tickets to the second show. And I told them not to. It is not going to be for them.
Yeah.
But if you're into fishing, it's material I've sort of developed doing fishing clubs around Australia. It's only for fishermen. I don't want
No
other
greenies?
people there.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're like fucking,
If you like turtles, don't go.
yeah, if you're a big fan of turtles.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, 30th and 31st at the Federal Hotel. Get tickets on fringeworld.com.au. Use the code word Marlin Fillets.
Marlin Fillets.
Marlin Fillets, capital M, and you'll get cheap tickets.
Nice.
Beauty.
Delby, you got Fringe shows to plug?
Yeah, fucking heaps, bruh.
Yep.
38 years single Thursday at Balmoral, and Who's Rhyme starts. Get along. This preview show Thursday. They didn't list it as a preview show though, so I just got to tell people. Friday, Saturday, basically all night at Stables. 6 o'clock Who's Rhyme, 7:30, 33 years single, 9 o'clock confessional. And then I don't know what's happening with CVR. So get along. Tell your friends. No one ever knows that Fringe is on.
Yeah.
So the first weekend's always quiet.
Do you want fishermen to go?
Anyone. Anyone.
I think as far as I'm aware, like you were telling me, everyone's been telling me ticket sales low.
Yeah, very low.
for the first week.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty normal. First week sucks.
Yeah, first week's always thing.
Yeah, I'm selling pretty well.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
don't wait.
It's niche as well. It's like specific, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's good. I'm only doing spots. So if you want to come watch me, there's the Quick Fire Fringe show, which I'm doing like 7 shows. I'm doing the Comedian of the Year at the Comedy Lounge, Free Fringe Comedy Gala at Universal Bar, Late Arvo Room Laughs at the Red Room. I'm doing the Suburban Comedy Show at the Red Room. All of it. Like, just look on my story because I've got 2 minutes. Because I'm only doing spots. It's a bit harder to find mine, so I'll just keep putting them up. But yeah, there's I'm going to do a lot, so it's kind of cool. And yeah, fucking good episode, Squirrels.
Sure.
I feel like I learned a lot.
Yeah. Did learn
You're
a
going to
lot.
find out it's all wrong.
Like all these fishermen, you fucking idiots. But mate, and congratulations. Last week, was it last weekend? Last weekend.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and congratulations to Delby, who was the celebrant.
Yeah. Thank
Yes.
you.
I think he crushed it. So if you're looking for a celebrant, get to danieldelby.com.
Oh, nice work. It's the first time we've had a guest
Very
plug.
good. Yes.
350 episodes and the first time a guest is plugged. Thank you,
Look,
Squirrels.
as a person, absolute piece of shit. He made our wedding fucking so much easier.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Good fun.
Did
Me-
you guys see the chicken dance off?
No.
No.
Oh, you got to do the documentary.
Oh, it went pretty big.
No, I sat at the back with Pinder and listened to your stuff. It was very good. And your speech, very good.
Yeah, great.
Perfect.
Your Honour.
Perfect mix between humorous and sentimental. Loved it.
Yeah.
Good work.
Awesome.
All right.
Cheers,
Sure.
boys.
All right.